The following broadcast contains mature themes and disturbing subject matter. Viewer and listening discretion is strongly advised.
Let me lead, man. You know what I'm saying? This is my second son. I done lost. You know what I'm saying? This is my second son. I done lost. I'm asking them to let me out before I hurt somebody or before I hurt myself, man. Just let me out. I just lost my second son. Just let me out the hospital before I hurt myself or before I hurt somebody. Just let me out, man.
Right here. We're right here. I'm sorry. This way. Hold on, they have to open it.
Good problem. Sorry?
Greetings and happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. My apologies. It's been a long week, and this story right here is one of many, but it is something that we need to talk about. Again, greetings and happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to one and to all. Perhaps it is Monday, depending upon where you are on the globe. Give yourselves a round of applause. For making it to and through another day, because as we know, each day is a new home. And this story here, as I mentioned, is a very disturbing story. And I want to first preface this by saying viewer and listening discretion is highly advised. And I also want to put out a disclaimer that the views and opinions of this broadcast is not of YouTube, Google, nor any of its affiliates, nor is it in any way to bash or discredit any group or groups or populations of people. This is a story, and I'm just learning about it today, but from the research that I have done and the videos that I've reviewed, it's just a very, very, very sad story, a tragic story, and another cautionary tale where it has to be clear that no matter your race, your gender, your preference, your age, your socioeconomic status, domestic violence does not discriminate. And it is my opinion that the signs are there. I've been in those situations. And again, this is just a very horrific and unfortunate story. So without further delay, let's get into this. And again, welcome to my subscribers, my members. Blessings to you. And you know that I love you all. And I thank you so much for your support. And let's begin with this heartbreaking story. This comes from the actual online funeral site posted on November the 16th, which is today for many of us, by Oscar Miles. So again, you can go to Facebook and type in Maurice Girl Lalala Harrison, Miami, Florida, obituary, and you'll see her photograph there. We extend our deepest condolences on the heartbreaking loss. And for those followers, this was devastating. I saw a lot of videos on TikTok where people were just extremely visibly and emotionally shaken by this news, by the heartbreaking loss of Maurice Harrison, who went by the stage name Girl Lala or Girl Lalala. And I'll put up a little video of Girl Lalala so you have an idea of, for those of you who were not followers, who she was or he was. Now, there's a little bit of, in comment sections, people on other people posting about this story about the pronouns. So it is my understanding that Girl Lala was born, and if I'm incorrect, please correct me. I'm not above being corrected. Was born Maurice Harrison, and in the middle of transitioning, but she did have, or he, I'll just say Girl Lala, had a boyfriend, Shanoid White, who you see in this video. So that's a little bit of background, but continuing on with this beautiful, beautiful obituary. Again, popular social media influencer, TikToker, Instagrammer, YouTuber, Maurice Girl Lala, or many people have referred to the decedent as Girl Lalala, a vibrant Miami-based TikTok creator whose passing has left countless individuals grieving across both local and online communities. Maurice's death, the result of a tragic, I'll just say, ooting with shh in front of it in Miami, has shaken those who admired their creativity, courage, and openness. As family, friends, and supporters mourn this profound loss, we honor a life that touched many through humor, authenticity, and an unmistakable spark. Absolutely. I viewed some of the videos again online myself, and I had to chuckle, but there was some videos, and if you do your due diligence and research, Girl Lala or Girl La 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 posted many times of abuse suffered by her the boyfriend. And my apologies, because I do not want to disrespect anyone. The boyfriend, as you can see again in this video. Shanoid White, whose online name is Shaba, Shabba. And after I finish reading the online obituary, we're going to listen to what Shaba has said and try to get some clarity. Again, greetings and welcome. Maurice, as you can see photoed, widely known online as Girl Lala or Girl Lalala, captivated audiences with a larger than life personality and a voice that resonated with honesty. Their content, uplifting, relatable, absolutely. When she spoke about DV, which is domestic violence, I have my own story I've spoken about before. Mine actually, what was at the age of 22, I believe Girl La 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 was 20 or 21, and just 2 weeks prior was released from being behind bars. I think they may have violated their probation, but again, huge following. But again, mine was a result of domestic violence that resulted in my losing a child, and that was due to my son being stillborn. I had just reached 6 months. 6 months, gave birth, but he only lived for 12 minutes, as that's what the nurses told me. I have my reservations because I heard no cries. And again, that was a devastating time for me. And I never was able to have children after that. So that happened to me at 22 years old. And for a long time, for a very long time, as many of my friends from school, co-workers went on to have children, it made me, and I guess this is a personal thing I've had to deal with, and to be transparent and honest, in my time of the blues, I question myself as well if I'm truly a full woman, because I was never able to procreate with a man. So I know a lot of men, some are fine without children, but a lot of men want to have a son or a family. And that's something that, because and as a result of domestic violence, I was never able to do. And as I mentioned, there are times where I question myself on being a 100% total woman. Now, I know that may sound silly to some people, but you have people out there that are cruel and they will make such remarks. So, that is just a quick background on me and how this statement, where it says relatable content, absolutely. I believe that signs were there, but until the investigation is complete, because I wasn't there, so I can't attest to anything other than what has been reported. So it also goes on to say, while various reports circulating online suggest that Maurice, again, Girl Lala or Girl La La La, may have faced prolonged challenges relating to alleged abuse, we recognize that full details remain under investigation. And that right there is absolutely very important, because this is an active investigation. So, regardless, regardless, the discussion sparked by their passing, and they're being careful with the pronoun being used. So I'm doing my best to follow suit. So my apologies. As I mentioned, I do not want to disrespect anyone. Highlight an urgent and ongoing need for the awareness, education, prevention, absolutely prevention, and support for those experiencing intimate partner violence. Again, this goes across the line, no matter what type of relationship you may be in. This is so very, very important. Maurice's legacy, shaped in part, can you imagine someone who has not even reached the age of 25 has left a profound and significant legacy? Now, there are many people that are believers or perhaps non believers may poo poo on my following statement, but again, these are just my opinions. I believe that in life, sometimes, whether good or bad, I believe the Creator loves us all. It's the sin that the Creator does not feel the same about. And sometimes I feel as though we may be used as vessels to lead and guide others. And some people may take it a certain way. I don't want to misconstrue anyone. That's just my feeling and belief in life in general. So we recognize that the full details remain under investigation. Maurice's legacy, as I mentioned, shaped in part by their courage to speak candidly about personal struggles, may inspire others to recognize warning signs. Again, I would implore you that, because this story that again is going viral, has gone viral, and these conversations, I'm sure they're being had now, but will continue, and perhaps with more passion, because this was such a young individual and admired by many. And there are a lot of layers, actually. If you look and do a deeper dive, you can look at it as a social epidemic as far as it relates to domestic violence. Again, if you want to take it to the spiritual realm, there could be lessons. Notice the operative word I used was could be a spiritual reference in this as well. May inspire others to recognize warning signs, seek help and support in these vulnerable situations. As we honor Maurice's life, we remember their warmth, their humor, and their fearless creativity. Their presence brightened timelines and lifted spirits, and their authenticity encouraged countless others to embrace their own truth. Now, there are some, and again, I would implore you to do research on Girl Lala or Girl La 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 and Shaba, or as I mentioned, I don't even want to say his name. The videos are there, and she posted about altercations they both would encounter, and there are some that suggest that he may have been jealous, that he may have been fighting his own demons, and I will show that momentarily. Though their time was cut tragically short. The mark they leave behind is enduring, rooted in the joy they shared and the strength they demonstrated. To Maurice's family, friends, and loyal supporters, we offer our heartfelt sympathies. May you find comfort in the outpouring of love from the community Maurice built, and may their memory remain a source of strength in the days ahead. Keep in mind the arrest of her boyfriend occurred on November the 14th, 2025. So this is very, very fresh. We hope that the legacy of Girl Lala or Girl Lalala continues to shine, inspiring compassion, awareness, and the courage to speak up for oneself and others. May Maurice, Girl Lalala, Harrison rest in peace, and may their light continue to guide those who cherish them. So let's look at Shaba. Here's the arrest number, the arrest date, the arresting agency. Lauderdale Lakes, again, this is in Florida. He was 6'2", 245 pounds. And we'll look at the charges. There's the case number, the statute, and the description, which I redacted mostly, but they were saying it was premeditated M. And the charge comments was first degree M with a firearm. Charge status, pending trial. Now, as I mentioned, it has been said that allegedly it was self-defense. Again, until all of the facts have been gathered and released, I can only report what I know. But as far as Maurice is concerned, or Girl Lalala, there are many people that have made comments that at the end of the day, regardless if there was a transition or a transitioning process, these were two males that were fighting. Again, I cannot attest to that, but I want you to listen to a video of the alleged suspect who was arrested, and let's listen to the video and pay attention. And I always ask for people to pay attention to the expressions and the body language. Again, this is fair use.
My preference, I like women. I like trans women, okay? What they call that is they call that being trans attracted. But I also like women. I'm not pansexual, because that means you date anybody. I'm not bisexual, because that means technically I like men. No. I like women and trans women. There's a name. Now whether you agree, that's on you. I can't fix that.
Okay, so your thoughts on that. So I'm going to read a few comments and you can comment your thoughts. One individual says a lot of influencers have been passing away and they find that strange. And someone asks, what happened? Another says, this is so confusing. Is it about him or the lady that sang on the light song? So I think there's some confusion as to who the individual actually was. And someone says, why do y'all keep saying he or him? She wanted to be addressed as she, and people will respect pronouns. Rest in peace to her. It says in the article, this clearly a young man. You can be called what you want on the streets, but the death certificate and articles are going to call you what you are. So, again, I believe they were born as Maurice, as I mentioned earlier, but online was known as Girl Lala. Sending love and prayers to those who are grieving. It is sad to see people choosing to spread hate. Absolutely. Spreading hate instead of supporting one another. Let's do better. So here's another video. And some more photos. Again, this is just a very, very sad story. And again, it's all over social media. So here's another photograph of them together during the holidays. And another. Again, this is a heartbreaking short clip of Girl Lalala's father. And apparently, again, I implore you to do your research. This is the second son that he lost, and from some of the research that I've done online, another son was tragically deleted in 2024. Again, this is very
Let me
useful.
leave, man. You know what I'm saying? This is my second son. I done lost, you know what I'm saying? This is my second son I done lost. I'm asking them to let me out before I hurt somebody or before I hurt myself, man. Just let me out. I just lost my second son. Just let me out the hospital before I hurt myself or before I hurt somebody. Just let me out, man.
Right here. I'm sorry. This way. Hold on, they have to open it.
Good problem. Sorry?
And again, let's listen to Shaba.
My preference, I like women. I like trans women, okay? What they call that is they call that being trans attracted. But I also like women. I'm not pansexual, because that means you date anybody. I'm not bisexual, because that means technically I like men. No. I like women and trans women. There's a name. Now whether you agree, that's on you. I can't fix that.
Okay, so according to, give me a moment, try and get you as much information that I can during this short video. And again, you just can type in girl Lala or girl la la la. As you can go to IG, and this is courtesy of Hip Hop Spot TV, and it's saying that a Florida man, and that's how they're referring to girl la la la, has passed away after being pew-pewed by the boyfriend 2 weeks after being released from jail. So I believe there's audio here. I will check. And be back momentarily. Okay. This audio is courtesy of sippas. Again, courtesy of sippas. Fair use.
Some sort of argument between two men that left one shot and killed, and the person that did the shooting claiming self-defense. Now, we know that person is being detained by TPD right now. This scene has been extremely active over the last few hours. We know it probably started somewhere between the 7 and 8 o'clock hour, as we were simply driving by when we saw all of this happen. If you take a look at that video, this is from the Columbia restaurant along 5th in Ybor City. You can see dozens and dozens of Tampa police officers. We also just saw crime scene investigators on scene investigating those two separate cars, as well as the forensics team as well. Now, we do know that one person was shot. That man did pass away. The Tampa Police Department has not said if the shooter will be facing any charges. We saw them being questioned in the back of a police vehicle. They are still on scene working with police. We'll make sure to keep you updated on what happens next. TikToker girl Lalala.
Okay, this audio is courtesy of Latte World. Again, Latte World.
Gunfire near E 5th Avenue and N 22nd Street. When officers arrived, they found an adult suffering from a gunshot wound. She was rushed to the hospital, but tragically, she did not survive.
This is so sad. Apparently, the 21-year-old Miss Miami, that girl Lala, better known as, has been unalived by her boyfriend. Unfortunately, she was just released from jail that night. They must have got into some type of altercation. He said it was self-defense, but prior to this, we have watched numerous videos of that girl Lala, Miss Miami, explaining how he had a hand problem. He always was into the factors of domestic violence. It's multiple videos on the internet where there is proof of this. And it's just sad because unfortunately, people cheer this type of stuff on.
So that commentary, again, shout out to Latte World, it is absolutely, absolutely accurate. And it's unfortunate that a lot of people enjoy tea and drama, but there is nothing, again, respectfully cute or admirable about being hurt by someone that says that they love you. And there's actually audio out there that allegedly is saying that the boyfriend didn't really care about her anyway, and what other woman would have wanted him. So we're going to go to one more video, and that's going to be courtesy of T Styles. Again, fair use and courtesy of T Styles.
But I want you to listen how he talks about her.
And another thing, right? Check this out. If you follow me, you watch my TikTok only because I date Lala, get the off my page. Get off my page. I don't want nobody who fuck with me because you fuck with them. I want people who fuck with me because they fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? But if you only follow me because I date Lala, bye. The door, bitch. See ya. See, if Lala was to post something, y'all wouldn't sit there and say, oh, we gonna follow you because you playing with Wit Snatcher. Oh, we gonna follow you because you playing with Shaba. That's fake. I don't need y'all type of people on my page. If y'all don't fuck with me for me, I don't need you on my page. I don't give a damn. I swear to God. This is my platform.
Now we're going to get into what happened, and we're going to go over the information that we have today. But just that one video alone, you can tell that something was up with him.
Absolutely. So I'm going to advance this just a little bit. Again, you can go to the page T, the letter T, and then Styles. S as in Sam, T, YLES on YouTube for the full video. But again, shout out to T Styles for an excellent video.
Some people say I just like men in wigs and this and that, whatever. I'm telling you what it is. Cause at the end of the day, twin. Listen. If you see a trans woman, you don't know she a trans woman. You be like, I'm finna run down. She tell you she a trans woman. It's cool. You not fucking with it. It's cool. But fam, there was still some physical attraction going on. That's all I'm saying.
So based on this, he seems like he knows what he wants. But there were people who reported that even though he said in this video, I like what I like, he was still not coming to grasp with what he liked. And there were reports after reports. If you follow them, you'll know what I'm saying.
So again, what was Shaba fighting his own demons? It makes you wonder. Again, let's look at the video real quick. Again, fair use.
My preference, I like women. I like trans women, okay? What they call that is they call that being trans attracted. But I also like women. I'm not pansexual, because that means you date anybody. I'm not bisexual, because that means technically I like men. No. I like women and trans women. There's a name. Now whether you agree, that's on you. I can't fix that.
And this is them together again. And again, this is more audio courtesy of T Styles. It's just a horrible, horrible story.
Time for me to give like Miami Back Outside. Miami Back Outside was like 40 inch slaves. I saw everyone just pop her shit. Like I been laying out, I don't go nowhere. I don't be at personal. I don't be on TikTok. I started to get back after with y'all because y'all like the only thing I got because I don't go outside or nothing. But the boy is crazy. Like never again. Why I'm outside? Like I like the hobo. Anybody come through the drive-thru, I'm just sitting on the floor like. Just let me go see if I can order me a McFlurry. I'm trying to eat a McFlurry or something. I gotta wait for my friend to go pick me up because my friend's trying to get him to go home.
So that voice that you heard was that of girl Lalala, who was sitting outside after another physical altercation with Shaba. Very sad, very sad. And here's a little bit more.
Because my bathroom door wasn't even locked, so he walked in. That thing was like boom, throw out there, boom, boom, boom. Man,
This has to stop. I know sometimes when you are in relationships, because both of them are definitely younger than me, with me being 51. Both of them are young people. And I remember when I was in my 20s, the whole, if he yoke you up, he cares about you. That was
Absolutely. I'm 56, God willing, in about 11 days now. 57. I would hear many people say, if a man doesn't touch you fiercely, I'll just say it that way, then he doesn't love you. No, ladies and gentlemen, no, brothers and sisters, if someone puts their hands on you, the chances of that happening again are extremely high. And yes, there are counseling sessions and therapy available. But does that mean that it will not happen again? How long does it take for counseling of this type, of this nature, to actually work or get you back on the right track? And for those survivors, are you willing to open yourself up again? Again, as she mentioned, these two individuals are under the age of 25. So you have one who may have been 21, and that's girl Lalala. Life is gone. the father devastated because, as you heard him say in the video and audio I played earlier, that's his second son. Now, I don't know the circumstances of the first one. I will do some research and come back with that later, but this is what is trending, and people need to really start looking into. And I'm speaking about the domestic violence aspect. We know that the holidays is prime for domestic violence. Usually you see it in law enforcement and military, but there's a conversation that is going around as far as relationships and certain types of relationships. Again, I'm not bashing at all anybody in any community. I believe that there is a form of violence in all types of relationships. Some people may keep it quiet, but this individual, Maurice Harrison, may you rest in peace. May your spirit and soul rest in peace, and may you get justice. Um, Shared their situations and battles with their boyfriend, Shaba, who, as I mentioned, has been arrested and charged, but is saying it was self-defense. And again, this is where it gets a little gray, and I don't know a lot about um, transitioning or pre or post, but again, without all the details, I really don't feel comfortable with saying too much. But if you're being abused, I would think, and it's just my opinion, I would think that at some point in time you would begin to fight back. Is that what happened that fateful night? Did girl Lalala fight back? And it resulted in her losing her life. Clearly, Shaba knew. He said in his own video, out of his own mouth, what he was attracted to, but was he really? Again, the question, did he have demons? Was there something else going on that we don't know just yet? So some of the comments continue with, he was very envious of her. And I'll put them up together. This is beyond sad, jealousy, and deadly. And this is poignant. Any dude that is jealous, insecure, try to isolate you, or lack emotional intelligence is capable of taking you off the map. I do see a glamorization of DV, domestic violence. I can't say anything because you can tell them nothing about their man. Rest in peace. That is so powerful and so true. When a man shows you that much disrespect and jealousy for anybody, for that fact, it's not love. Leave. And sidebar, it says, take it from a survivor. Now, of course, those people that are in these type of relationships, there are resources out there, but I would encourage, only because I know what I went through and I got out, but I had to plan, and it was a strategic plan. And some people would say, "Oh, well, you gone through struggles leaving your home." Yeah, well, my name is still on that home. And if I wanted to, I could go through the judicial system, but I believe that the Creator is going to handle things the way it should be handled in due time. But I much rather have my sanity, not being up all night long, not having to cover up bruises and wearing glasses to cover up bruised eyes and cut lips. Again, I hope that this reaches someone who needs it. Yes, it's difficult, but nothing is impossible. And I would encourage anyone going through anything like this, especially our young people, to please seek help. There are resources out there. In your early 20s, you still have an entire life ahead of you. And now we're looking at two young people whose lives are forever changed, no matter what the outcome may be in the court of law. Lives have been changed. Another question in the comments: how did she even, or how did they even choose this person? He, meaning Shaba, right here, is too old to be so ignorant and disrespectful. Sounds jealous of her or them. Sick, truly wicked. Next comment: he, meaning Shaba, is happy they put a label on his attraction and he is sticking to it. Boy, bye. He was jealous of his trans girlfriend. A lot of comments here that speaks about jealousy. Rest in peace to her. He was definitely jealous of her for sure. Now he's claiming self-defense. May he rot in jail. And this is again a comment left by LaQuinta. I send my deepest condolences to her. And again, side note, all the red flags are definitely there. Thank you for sharing this situation. Domestic violence is real and not cute. It's not love. And that comment comes from another domestic survivor. So, Lakita, blessings to you for being able to survive your nightmare, because that's exactly what that must have been for that young person, Maurice Harrison. Again, deleted by their boyfriend, who was arrested November the 14th. I believe it was in Broward County in Florida. As you can see there. And we're going to put up another video so you can just see the energy of girl Lalala. That's her. I'm sorry, that's them. Disney World. Just enjoying life. Again, I don't even believe 20 years old. That's Lady Lala putting on one wig and coming out with another with their boyfriend, Shaba. Again, a heartbreaking video of their father.
Let me leave, man. You know what I'm saying? This is my second son. I done lost, you know what I'm saying? This is my second son I done lost. I'm asking them to let me out before I hurt somebody or before I hurt myself, man. Just let me out. I just lost my second son. Just let me out the hospital before I hurt myself or before I hurt somebody. Just let me out, man.
Right here. We're right here.
I'm sorry.
This way.
Hold on, they have to open it.
Good problem. Sorry?
And this is Shaba again describing to you what he likes.
My preference, I like women. I like trans women, okay? What they call that is they call that being trans attracted. But I also like women. I'm not pansexual, because that means you date anybody. I'm not bisexual, because that means technically I like men. No. I like women and trans women. There's a name. Now whether you agree, that's on you. I can't fix that.
Thank you so much for tuning in and the sad story of popular social media influencer Girl Lala or Girl Lalala was deleted by the boyfriend who has been charged but now is claiming self-defense. Your thoughts and comments as to if this was possibly self-defense and a relationship gone wrong. All opinions are welcome. I just ask that you are respectful. Again, shout out to content creators with whom I highlighted in this video for use of their audio. Again, ladies and gentlemen, domestic violence is not okay. I don't care who you are and where you may live, your upbringing, your beliefs. Domestic violence is never okay. And if you are in that situation, or if you know someone in that situation, please get help and encourage them to get help. Until next video, please be safe, be well, and be healthier. Bye-bye for now.